categories according to the voice groups. So if I go into say the guitar, I have some layers that KETRON has done for me. So if I pick like the Hawaiian guitar, it's actually a layer of two different voices at the same time. If I want to see what makes those voices, I have to select Hawaiian again, and now I am in the program edit menu. I can do that, or I can simply press edit program over here to access the same screen. Then I can now see the different voices, voice 1, voice 2, voice 3, and voice 4 that have been used to create this program voice. In this case, KETRON only used two voices, the Hawaiian and the Texas guitar. And of those two voices, I could see the volumes, I could see the shift, the tune, and the pan for each of those voices. And that's only in page 1 of page 3. If I go to page 2, again, for every voice, in this case 4, but we only have 2 that are on right now, the other 2 are off, I can check out the reverb level for each voice, the effect level for each voice, the amount, decay of the chorus, depending on what effect volume I select. And on page 3, it gets very interesting. For every single voice, I can assign where the voice should be heard on the keyboard. Start point and the end point for the first voice. Start point, end point for the second voice. Start point, end point for the third, and start point and end point for the fourth. I can also use a velocity switch. In other words, this voice should be turned on or heard at what point? When I play on the keyboard normally, when I play at a low touch, or when I hit the keyboard hard. You can also assign the sustain. For example, when you press the sustain pedal, should it impact the first voice, second, third, and fourth? So there are a lot of nice features on there in the program mode. When you're done with the program, you can then in turn save it into the memory of the machine, or you can save it into the hard disk or onto the floppy disk. The user voice location allows you to do edits to a certain degree on the XD3. When you edit certain voices, attack, decay, sustain, resonance, and so on, you can then save these into the user voice location. When the user voice button is pressed, these now become location number 1, location number 2, location number 3 for the user voice. Let's say, for example, I want to edit the piano. I would go into edit voice right here. In this case, it's already on grand piano, but if it were not, I could press piano, I could press chrome, I could pick whatever voice I want to edit. Let's say I want to edit the Rhodes again for this particular example. I would then press the Rhodes, press exit, and right now it tells me I'm about to edit the Rhodes piano. I can then change the different values in real time. I can add or delete effects from the Rhodes. Right now there's no effect on there. I can turn that effect on. This is overdrive, make another selection, distortion, okay? Move the cursor down, distortion 1, distortion 2 or 3, and move it down here, the distortion level. How much is it? Right now it's on 0. Okay, if I'm happy with the way the voice sounds, I simply press the save button and save to a particular location. 001, so grand piano, 002 is rock, 003, and so on and so forth, and hit the button save. On the XD3 also, apart from the voices, it has a very, very complicated arranger. The unique thing about the KETRON products is when you play with the arrangers, they don't just simply transpose voices up and down. They actually follow the appropriate music algorithm for that particular style, which have been carefully programmed by renowned performers around the world. The styles of the XD3 can be accessed by pressing these buttons over here in your style category. They're all arranged according to groups, which get displayed on the top left-hand side of the screen once you make a style selection. So if, say for an example, I would like to play a country style, I would simply go over here, look for a country beat, which is in this location, and again the XD3 will display on the screen on the sides which particular country beats I would like to perform.